In this video I'll be doing a review of OpenSUSE version 12.3. I've opted for the KDE version of the distro. I've heard that's one of the better ones, and in fact using it I think it is one of the better KDE distros that I've used. Probably one of the best actually. This is the first time I looked at an OpenSUSE system, and the job they've done here with their KDE distro is really quite nice. I'm really thinking now that Kubuntu is just really dull and boring in comparison, and the other one that I've tried, Linux Mint, well that just looks exactly like the GNOME version of their distro. The one neat feature of this distro is the YaST control center. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right or not, but well, there's only 4 letters, I could be completely wrong though. Anyway, this is nicely packed together with quite a wide variety of configuration tools. So just start with an easy one here, the software management. It's an RPM based distro, but to be honest it's no more complicated than installing software in Ubuntu or Debian. You can do the keyword searches or split it down into groups. So go here for games, and maybe if you want something a bit more complicated, or I don't know, 3D, you can split it down further, shooting, then you can scroll down. Now what if I was after Open Arena? Nope. You can just go for installing it, accept, and well that's going to be quite large to download, isn't it? Just going to cancel that, don't need to download that right now. Now it wasn't necessarily straightforward to get Open Arena into that list. I had to enable another repository, which brings me neatly onto that part, software repositories. And I had to enable one of the community repositories. Really wasn't that difficult to do. Just go there, community repositories, next, and I selected them from this list here. So let's go back, cancel that, and just scrolling down you can see we've got a variety of other configurations that can be done. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now I reckon this is one of the better configuration tools that I've used in a Linux distribution. So we'll take a look at what applications we get pre-installed in OpenSUSE. So under games, it's got a few different games pre-installed, basic little games though, so we've got Mahjong, Reversi, puzzle games, we've got Mines and Sudoku. Under graphics, you notice how all this is split out into more separate subfolders, whereas Kubuntu they're all just sort of stuffed under one folder. And also like how it doesn't display too much on the screen at once, so it only tells you more about the application if you highlight it. So drawing program, it says LibreOffice Draw. The image editor, GIMP. Also you see under here there's a few different photographic programs. There's some more photography programs here, but I'm not familiar with all of them. A couple of scanning programs. So enough to provide you with some basic image editing, photography and scanning tools there. I've also got the image viewer which is GwenView. Under internet, a few different chat programs. Email, well the email client is Kmail. Web browser, you've got Firefox 19 and Conqueror. You've got BitTorrent client. Feed reader, which appears to be listed twice. I noticed it does that with a few applications. List them twice. Multimedia, it's got Amarok audio player. Now VLC I installed just to test out the system. Got a KSCD CD player, K3B burner, Caffeine video player. VLC I mentioned I installed, and got KMix. Office, you've got the full suite of LibreOffice version 3.6. Just open up LibreOffice Write. Application opening speed is reasonable for a Linux distro. System, just a variety of system tools. We'll open up the system monitor just to see how we're doing on memory usage. Memory 600 meg. Now notice that was hovering more around 400 meg with nothing open. So it's obviously been caching things. Here's what I thought of OpenSUSE 12.3. So easy to use, reasonably. Ease of installation, there was quite a few technical questions in the installer. Did require a bit of reading and perhaps a bit of prior knowledge about Linux. The styling, it's consistent throughout the system. Probably not the best styling or the most glamorous, but consistent. Boot up speed, oh dear, it was quite slow actually. I know KDE is perhaps not the fastest desktop environment. It was around 21 seconds. Responsiveness, pretty average for Linux distro, opens an application in about 2 or 3 seconds. Number of bugs, just a really minor one there. Some of the applications listed twice in the application menu. A selection of pre-installed applications, fairly reasonable, although it's difficult to ascertain their target market. Whether it was like the business user, home user, it was very difficult to determine that. The number of applications available, pretty limited, but it got better once I added the community repositories, which wasn't too difficult for the YaST application. So the good points, the YaST admin tool is certainly a good admin tool and made it very easy to configure the system. And it's quite an excellent KDE distro, and as I said there, perhaps one of the best I've tried. The bad points, it didn't seem too easy to get OpenSUSE to dual boot with anything. I did dual boot with another Linux distro in the installer, and you'd have to go manually set the hard drive size. But overall, I've given this distro 85%. So thanks for watching, see you later.